Hi, I'm Brendan Sanders. For my service learning project, we went to the Fresno Discovery Center. We chose the Fresno Discovery Center because I had worked there a semester before with my communications class doing service learning there. So when the chance came up to work there again, I thought I already knew people there and I knew what they were about. So that was kind of an obvious choice and my group was on board with it. Our contact through the Fresno Discovery Center was Dom Ortiz, who I had worked with the previous semesters, so I already knew him and he was easy to contact to set up all of our dates and making sure that we could do our service learning there. Overall, we volunteered 20 hours. We did 4 different sessions of 5 hours each to get to the required amount. For our activities, on the first one, we did demolition where there was a pergola outside of the front that we took the roofing off of because the wood was falling apart. And we just had to take the wood off and cut them into smaller pieces in order for them to be either thrown away or reused at a different spot. Then once the roof was off, we ended up painting some of the posts to make them look better, and we had to sand off the top layer of wood to make sure that we could paint over it so it was all smooth and there wasn't any pieces sticking up. On our second day, we helped repair the bulletin board that had been knocked over by a storm. So not only did we repair it and put it back to how it was, but we also added in some sisters that helped to support the bulletin board to make sure that it wouldn't happen again. And then after that, we went and over to a roof on a house across the street that was still part of the Fresno Discovery Center. And we took off different joists that had rotten away because of the storm. And we cut all those off and measured them in order to replace them with sisters that would support the roof. So then the next day we cut all the sisters, measured them all up, and then screwed them all in. And then at the end of that, we got a few extra pieces of wood that were laying around, and we cut them to the right measurements in order to make a fascia that would go across the sisters in order to protect from rainwater dripping down and coming back underneath the roof. We also did some electrical work, working with light bulbs and sockets, and we even did some wiring to work on exterior lights. And then finally on the last day, they have a shed out there where we put in some sheetrock and some insulation inside on the roof or the ceiling to make sure that the shed stayed insulated. And then basically our overall project there was to make the place look better and make it function better, because not only if it looks better, then like more kids will want to come there to learn new things, but it'll also function better so that things can get done easier. And finally, yes, I do think that it was a valuable experience because we got to learn a lot of new things. Some of these skills I had had before, like carpentry, cutting wood, was easy. The sanding and the paint was obviously easy. But then I also learned new stuff like electrical and what the sisters were used for support for the wood that was already there. So that was good to learn, and overall it was just a valuable experience, and I think we all learned from it. And I think that overall it made the Fresno Discovery Center a better place.